All right, guys, it's time for my bedtime. My attire, completely everything is from Amazon. This is velour pajama set and the furry slippers. It has some support to it. So, yeah, that's basically it with that. What I wanted to talk to you about, one of the things I want to talk to you about is certain places, they experience certain things that you might not experience in your hometown. For example, you always want to check the weather before you leave, a week or two before you leave. So, anyway, I think it was 2 weeks before leaving, they were saying tornado. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Because where I'm from, we don't get tornadoes. I've read about them, right? I've seen them on TV. I heard about them. So I was really nervous, you know. So I say this to say that not only should we check the weather, we should also make sure we get insurance for our trips just in case, because I did run the risk where my trip could have been canceled. You understand me? So I did, call the airlines, and I also called the hotel. I said, listen, I'm hearing all this stuff about tornado warnings and everything. And they were just as calm. And I'm like, how you calm? But they were like, oh, we have places in the hotel where if a tornado were to hit, we have a speaker system, a loudspeak system, and they have people appointed that would direct us where to go. There's sort of like a basement area within the hotel where they would take us in case anything like that was to happen, anything like that were to hit. Okay. So I was like, okay, that's pretty good to know, right? And then they also were telling me that if I cancel, if it is, something that is major and that it does actually hit, then they would allow me to come back, but they would not allow me to come back at the rate that I have it. See, I have a discount rate, number one, really, not because I'm just a Hilton Honors a loyalty program person, but also because I came in through the conference, and the conference set up a special discount rate. So if I were to come back, they would just charge me the difference. Okay. And that, of course, that difference really depends on when I decide to come back. If they cancel and say, we can't let any guests in because of the tornado, then at that point, they would choose to refund me back the money or let me come back when I want to, but they wouldn't charge the difference. I believe that's what she said. And then the same thing with the airline. If I were to cancel, right, they would not refund me back my money. They would not give me back my money. But if they were to cancel, they would give me back my money. Meaning if they were to cancel the flight, then yes, the airline would give me back my money. They would, they may, postpone it or whatever. But of course, when storms like that hit, you really don't know like how devastating and everything things are going to turn out. But this is basically what I have been informed of. And that's why I'm taking this moment out to say, guys, it's very imperative with the way the weather is. It's really iffy for us to go and get insurance. I'm seeing even right now, again, this is April 11th, that there are certain parts of the country that got hit, that got severe rainstorms, flooding like crazy, particularly certain parts of Kentucky, which I believe is not too far from Missouri. So, guys, yeah. And even certain parts of Missouri did flood, believe it or not. I was just lucky that it didn't hit St. Louis, where I'm staying at. Okay. So, yeah, these are the things, you want to hear, see what's going on, and then call up your hotel and your airline and find out, okay, what's going to happen in case something, happens to you. And remember, this actually something similar happened to me last month when I was in Salt Lake City, Utah. They had two days actually before the snowstorm hit. They said 2 feet of snow, not 2 inches, but 2 feet. I was like, wait a minute. So I was already at the hotel and everything. I called the airline and they said, we can fly in the snow. It's not a problem. But if it is going to be a problem, then we will put you up in a hotel. And if at that particular point, they say they normally only can put up a certain number of passengers, and the people flying first class are going to be put up first. So if you're in coach, you're going to be, one of the last ones, right? And then they said, if they're not able to accommodate everybody, then you will have to choose a hotel, and then the airlines will compensate you for staying in whatever hotel you choose, right? And then they will let you know, of course, when they are flying, back to whatever city you come from. So it was the same situation there. Last month for me, there was, that scare. So the lessons that I'm learning is, okay, and see, this is something I didn't know also, is that there are certain places that certain weather situations happen consistently. So I wasn't familiar with tornadoes, and I didn't know that tornadoes always hit in April. I was like, whoa, why are we having a conference? But, I'm glad that they went through it because, again, I love this place and I'm enjoying myself and I'm learning a lot. And I met some nice people. So I'm not going to complain about that too much. But I was like, oh, okay, I know now next time not to go to this part of the country because I've never been here before. Not to go to this part of the country during this particular month on my own, because I don't just do business travel. I also travel, for myself to enjoy, to relax. So that's another point that I wanted to bring to your attention. So yeah, we have to realize that too. And then the same thing, March in Utah equals snow. And yes, it did snow, but thank God it did not do 2 feet of snow like they were saying. And the place where it snowed the most actually was in Park City, Utah. My airport was leaving from Salt Lake City. So Salt Lake did get snow, but not that much. And by the time I got on the plane, before I even got to the airport, the snow had stopped. And I don't even think it was an inch or two. I don't even think it was an inch that they got. But no, Park City did get hit. So yeah, guys, we have to do our research, if you will, get that insurance. Again, because you never know when things that happen. And then also ask the questions. You paying your money. Get on their nerves. Forget that. You pay them a lot of money, the airlines and the hotel. Get on there, find out, okay, if this happens, what will you do for me? What can I expect? things like that. And then, of course, uh, whatever weather they have, you have to dress appropriately, because at first I'm thinking, because I'm from New York, that's north, right? So I was thinking, well, this is the South, Midwest, but it's like the South. So I'm thinking, oh, it's going to be warmer. No, it's about the same temperature, to be honest, and it's doing the same thing. New York might be at times 10 degrees lower, because I've been checking New York weather along with Missouri. Maybe 10 degrees lower on some days, but it's pretty much the same. The only thing is, we don't have tornadoes and we don't have flooding, you know. And again, it hit other parts of Missouri, just not St. Louis. So I have to thank God again for that. All right, so that's all. Peace out. Until next time, have a good night.